Game number 3 between Sweden and Norway. All the way to the top right, we have the second player for Sweden. He was able to take down Snoot. It is Hope. And we have also the second player for Norway in the game. Starting to the bottom left, this is currently Targa. Targa, another great Zerg versus Zerg player. We were talking about the matchup history, or at least the win ratio in the Zerg versus Zerg for Snoot, a great player online in this matchup, having roughly a 63% win ratio, and the same is true for Targa. So both of them very, very good Zerg versus Zerg players. Snoot with a lot more international experience and also had quite a few tough opponents, a lot of international tournaments, more games than Targa, but Targa in general definitely someone, a force to be reckoned with, as you would say. With Hope taking down Snoot, he kind of proved that he is able to do that with Targa as well. If he can pull it off, that's what we're going to find out in this game. If that's the case, that would of course be amazing for Sweden, because then it would all be down to Aiki in the regular rotation before the ace player comes into play. The only Protoss player that we have in this team match. Targa, with a victory here, would be able to draw out Mini Razor, who is the last player then for Sweden that could change the link. But we have Targa with a bit of a switch in build compared to what we saw in the last two games, where both Zergs basically went for the same builds. We have him now with a hatch first. Hope is going into a spawning pool first, will then start his hatch. So already moving out with a drone. By the way, what you can, if you're playing Zerg and you want to build an expansion, usually what you do in this situation is you pull the drone off roughly at 200 minerals, and then you arrive down there at the natural when you have 300 minerals and can put down the hatch. That is of course true when you start with your normal 14, 15 spawning pool. So it doesn't really work like if you go for a 10 pool there. So all the way to the bottom of the map, we currently have Targa with a faster expand, but the faster queen will be for Hope. So regarding the lava, it will kinda even out. We have the faster second base for Hope, therefore he will have access to the lava over there. We have the faster queen and the faster inject for Targa himself at the bottom of the map, so he's gonna be able to pull that off. Hope is going into his gas build again, the same probably that we've seen in the last match. And for Targa, it's just about the scouting information now, having that overlord there. The same is true for Hope, both of them having a quick look into the main base, trying to see if they can find the gas, if they can see the timing, if they can see something about the saturation. All of these things really important, and of course for Hope that's something that he can pull off a bit better than his opponent, and the reason is quite simple. You already saw that this is a hatch first opening. With a hatch first opening, you delay your spawning pool, and that means you delay your queen. With the queen delayed, the overlord can go a bit deeper and just find out what exactly is going on. If that overlord would have done that for Targa, then as soon as the queen pops, the queen is just going to move over, take the overlord down, and then you suddenly are supply blocked, you are 100 minerals behind, you lost the lava, and that's a situation that you never want to be in. So a bit more scouting information here for Hope than for Targa. Speed started for Hope now, whereas Targa himself has the faster speed and also the baneling is now on the way. Could go into the aggressive stance that we saw Snoot take in game number 1 on King's Station Station. That is one approach, and he indeed gets a few Zerglings already. We have for his opponent all the way at the top, Baneling Nest now being built, and even a Spine Crawler. So Hope is trying to play this quite passive. Again, all those additional Zerglings that we see for Targa are not only indicating, they are screaming aggression. And well, that army is gonna hit very, very soon. The Overlord here is gonna find out about it. And well, then we will see some preparation by Hope. He has how many queens? I think he still has 2. 2 queens against 2 queens, so what we see there. The Baneling Nest for Hope is nearly done. He sees the Zerglings streaming cross map and he immediately starts to build his own lings. He needs Banelings now, and he knows that of course. His own Baneling Nest is nearly completed. The Spine Crawler certainly is. The lings are starting to run in. That's a lot of lings for Targa. That's a lot of aggression. Looking at the army supply here, we have 25 against 12. The harvest account of course heavily in favor of Hope. Rescues the drones for now, which is very important here. Gets a lot of banelings now as well, and good job by Hope so far. Really working against his opponent here, working with those banelings very well. Nice detonate for Targa, didn't do anything. Great job by Hope, very well done. And for now, Hope moves back. Harvester count, Harvesters lost, only 2 Harvesters lost. That was a very, very nice battle that we just saw for Hope. Targa is still in control of more army supply. It is the worker supply, though, that really starts to worry him a bit, I would say. More Harvesters taken out, and that helps. That helps quite a bit. 2 Harvesters taken out here. That means in total he lost 4. But still, the defense is a good one. 1300, 1336. Yeah, 1300 resources lost by Targa, and only 900, nearly 1000 by Hope. Hope still not with a third base or anything like that. Did not try to go for a third as fast as he did in one of the previous games. Instead, he's just now getting his Zerglings into the game. Supply a block for now, getting also another Overlord. But here comes Targa once more. Nice Baneling hit this time. That was a really good one. He struggled with the Baneling hits earlier, but this one was very, very successful. McQueen is taking down at least one of the Banelings here, and Queen and Spinecrawler are doing the same. But Targa saw an opportunity, moved in and took down the Queen, who's now just a blood stain on the ground. Oh, nice. Nice run by here with the Banelings, but not really hitting too much. Harvesters killed 4 against 4. Guess it even out then in the end again, but Targa is now currently looking at 33 against 36 Harvesters. He still has a bit more Zergling supply that he can use, slightly in the lead here, with Hope having the faster tech and also the faster Roachborn. The Roachborn, it's going to come down to that eventually once again. I mean, like, what else could it be? So we have now the double Evolution Chamber started, well, Evolution Chamber and Roachborn, I should say, at the front. So that's going to lead us into the upgrades, whereas for Targa we have only 1 Evolution Chamber so far. Both of players not having another one just yet. Third bases are being denied here still, but just barely, as the drone is trying to get it into position. And that probably is going to trigger Targa also getting his own expand or just going for it completely. But so far it doesn't send out a drone. There it is. Sends out the drone. Is going to take the third base and try to counter what we just saw on the top of the map. So Hope and Targa with this dangerous dance that they have there. Banelings versus Banelings, always trying to go for another hit. Not because they're like out for drugs or anything, but just because it's their job. Well, that could be a nice detonate. No, it's only 1 Zergling and that's about it. But this one was much, much better. So resources lost, just to check that out again, 2,700 against 2,500. We have Overlords checking out the situation. They're just basically like 2 dogs sniffing each other's butt, trying to test the waters here a bit and trying to find out, alright, can I get a win here? Can I get an easy win somehow? Maybe move in and surprise them. Not really the case. The damage dealt is kind of limited. Both of them with a very, very similar position on the game, but the one big difference that we still have is that we currently see more army supply for Hope, less worker supply, and Targa with a worker supply lead and a deficit in army supply. So this puts us in a position where Hope has to attack soon. Like, he needs to do something, at least against that third base of his opponent. The upgrades are not through yet, but the +1 attack upgrade should be done in just a bit. He moves cross-map with the roaches, and he will send a few over to the third base to defend that. There are enough roaches to make that happen. What about the defense that we see for Targa? Targa is looking at an opponent who has the +1 attack upgrade in a second. The Queen is sniped, goes down, and the same is true for the first few roaches. The +1 attack upgrade just now finishing, just in time for that battle. Zerglings in the main base trying to do some damage. That's where Hope has to be very careful. But Hope is pushing his opponent back, at least for now, and that means he could turn around and try to take down his opponent's third base. Doesn't even think about that, because he's just moving in and says like, well, I have the momentum right now. I have speed, you don't have speed, so I can chase you. I can chase you and you will have to fight. You cannot run away. And that's exactly what we see here. Hope does once again the damage. He moves in, he takes down Harvesters. More Harvesters also being killed in the top, where we saw apparently a Baneling detonation. Targa is down to 70 supply regardless of that beautiful hit. And Hope at 92 is still going strong with the roaches here. His roach count is at 21 against 7. And this is a really great position that we currently see here for Hope. Once again, he is starting to take that, to take the momentum in this game, to take those shots. The Harvester count is a 31 against 32, thanks to the Baneling detonate that we saw to the top. For Targa, he had 2 Zerglings in opponent's main base and morphed them. But now, whoa, he might even get the Baneling nest. The Roach one, and if he gets the Roach one, whoa, he gets it. He gets the Roach Warren, and that puts a stop to Targa's Roach production for now. 17 additional harvesters have been killed overall. Harvester count is 30 against 32. Harvesters killed in total is right now 22 against 11. The third base completely exposed. The Roach count is 6 against 25, and that's crazy. I mean, Hope is doing it again. The GG called, and Hope eliminates Targa and Snoot back to back. 2 Zerg specialists have been taken out, and it is time for Aiki now to make an appearance. The Protoss player for Team Norway, the last player in the regular rotation. Hope with 2 straight wins in a row. Very well done. He brings Sweden in the lead once again.